going to be in the kitchen today making chili. And Annie's over here. She's crashed. We went to the dog park today. So she is exhausted again, which is good. But she'll probably start acting up when I stand up again. We'll see. All right, now that I'm on, before I read my quote, I want to make sure I can read any questions or comments that come in. So I've got my monitor hooked up here. Let me see if I can find my live. Let me see if I can find my live on my monitor so I can read the questions while I'm doing stuff and videotaping with the camera. How do I find my live? Oh, there it is. It says live. Okay. I'm probably gonna have to mute it though. Nope. Nope, it's good. Hey, Dolly. Hey, Frank. What's going on? Snow. Can't wait to see the chili. I'm looking forward to it too. Let's see. I'm trying to find the chat, but I'm not figuring it out quite yet. Show chat. Oh yeah, there it goes. Chili and chili time. Yes, Cole, it is very chilly, and it is chili time. Okay. Well, yeah, there's Annie, crashed. I took her to the dog park, so that seems to work wonders for her. Gets her conked out. Well, I'm geared up. I'm ready to go. I even have my monitor. Look, I have my monitor there. I have the stuff. I have something else that I'm not going to show you until later, because I'm going to start with reading it. The quote. I got to start off the same way I always do, in the evening. All right? You guys ready? This is Charles Swindoll. It's called Attitude. The longer I live, the more I realize the impact of attitude on life. Attitude to me is more important than facts. It's more important than the past, than education, than money, than circumstances, than failures, than successes, than what other people think or say or do. It's more important than appearance, giftedness, or skill. It'll make or break a company, a church, a home. The remarkable thing is, we have a choice every day regarding the attitude we will embrace for that day. We can't change our past. We can't change the fact that people will act in a certain way. We can't change the inevitable. The only thing we can do is play on the one string we have, and that is our attitude. I am convinced that life is 10% what happens to me and 90% how I react to it. And so it is with you. We are in charge of our attitudes. All right, Dolly, my day was good. My day was really good, Dolly. I went to church, 2 Bible studies, cleaned the apartment, did 3 loads of laundry, took Andy to the dog park, and now I'm getting ready to make some chili. Oop, I've got to hide my messages coming in because my phone just starts lighting up. How was your day, Dolly? And Cole and Snow and Frank, for that matter. I'm trying to see if I can. I saw Dolly's message coming up when I was over there before I was reading that quote. But it's kind of interesting because I don't see it now. I don't know why. I don't know why I don't see. Oh, there it is. It just says, remember to guard your privacy and abide by our community guidelines. Popular guy tonight. Yeah, that's true. I was in double digits. And I made an announcement too for my subscribers to come and join at 8 o'clock for a chili recipe. You're assuming Orangey will be in the kitchen and not in the living room. You can assume that. You can assume that. But it might be right and it might not be. Oh, good. You had a great day. That's good, Snow. Neptune Red. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Let me see if I get this scroll going. There we go. Okay. You don't remember what you did. I know, I have some days like that. Oh, you read the Bible and relaxed all day? That's good, Cole. That's awesome. Rodolfo Erdogan. Today was Donut Sunday. Today was Donut Sunday. Oh, nice. For you, or is that at church? Donut Sunday, Dolly. All right, guys, here's what I'm going to do. Because I did a dry run and make sure I knew where to set everything up. So I think I know where to set everything up, okay? And you guys are just going to have to tell me if you can't see something or hear me. But I'm going to go over what I have out first, okay? Just so you get an idea. And then I'm going to go ahead and just do it. And we're just going to make it, okay? So here we go. Oh, just for the kids, okay. All right, guys, so this goes in the pot first, all right? Olive oil, 2 tablespoons, or coat the bottom of the pan. If you have this kind of garlic, minced garlic, use it because you want to infuse it in the oil if you can. That's what you're doing with these flavors: garlic, onion, green pepper, and jalapeno. You're kind of infusing it into the oil, and then the oil cooks throughout the whole chili and kind of takes these flavors everywhere, okay? Yes, garlic. Yes, garlic. Don't worry, you'll see. You're not going to believe it. This is just a mouse, so ignore my mouse. But then, of course, diced tomatoes, and I use canned. I mean, I've cut up like 5 or 6 Roma tomatoes before, but it's really not necessary because even the Walmart brand, they can these things the same day they pick them. So they're really fresh. Diced tomatoes, black beans, cannellini beans. I like these white kidney beans the best because they hold up under cooking, like firmer than like pinto beans do. Great Northern beans is another option, but pinto, Great Northern, or cannellini, use white, and then your red. I alternate between light and dark red kidney beans. This time it's dark red. And then that's vegan. So this is actually a vegan recipe, okay? But I usually make it with either ground beef or chicken. And today I'm gonna make it easy and just take this white chunk chicken out of a can and make it with chicken, all right? Sometimes I throw chorizo in it with it as well because it just adds another flavor. But you're gonna think that this is what makes the chili. Oh, jarlic. Yeah, it's jarlic. You're funny, Donnie. Yeah, it's jarlic. Hey, I just do it for time reasons, you know. Like I've cut up garlic before. I've minced it. I've cut up Roma tomatoes before. But this just makes it easier and it's really fast. I mean, you guys can see how long it takes me once I start. But this is not, I repeat, this is not what makes the chili. Let me show you what makes the chili. Let me turn on this light. I forgot to turn on though first. Okay. Man, Annie is zonked out. Okay. This is like, of course, the main volume of the chili. But what makes the chili is this table over here. Okay? Everything on this table, except these 2 things in the back, which were gifts from my daughter. So you can ignore those. But I'm going to go over all this stuff right now real quick, and then I'll do it again when I actually make it. But of course, chili powder. I've got the dark chili powder. Use 4 teaspoons of that. Yeah, R2D2. Okay, so 4 teaspoons of chili powder, 1 teaspoon of each of these 3. Okay, basil, oregano, and cumin, ground cumin. Now, if you don't have the minced garlic, then just use garlic powder and use 1 teaspoon. So the garlic would go here if you didn't have the minced. and you had the powder, it would be 1 teaspoon. Then half a teaspoon of salt, za'atar. I don't know if you've ever heard of za'atar. I'll show you how it's spelled because it's got an apostrophe in it. Half a teaspoon of that, and half a teaspoon of ground black pepper. Now, some of you, especially Frank, yes, the Hershey's goes in, and this is why. And Frank's going to understand why I use Hershey's. So I don't like sugar, and I don't like straight sugar. Yes, I can use a half a teaspoon or a teaspoon of regular sugar, but I'd rather use chocolate because it has less sugar. I use 1 square of this, okay? Or, 1 and a whatever, I'll use that little piece too. But basically 1 square. But it also adds another dimension to the chili, like the flavor or the taste of the chili. And if I don't have chocolate, either dark or milk chocolate, I actually use peanut butter. I use sugar last because it's just sweet. It doesn't really add flavor other than sweetness. This has sweetness and another flavor. Same thing with peanut butter. So do that, okay? The other thing, you get a half a cup of red wine. Now, yes, you can use red cooking wine, but it's harsh, right? Have you ever tried to drink red cooking wine? Give me a glass of that in red. I know, I may have a half a glass. You guys may see me have a half a glass and maybe one of these squares myself. But basically, don't use red cooking wine because it's very harsh and you never want to drink it. So why would you want to put it in your chili and flavor your chili? So I use this deep and dark or regular black box Cabernet Sauvignon because it's dry. It's a dry red wine, but it has flavor and it has depth to it and it has fruits, like blackberries and cherries and even chocolate undertones. So this just adds even more dimension to the chili, and this is what makes it really good. And then I simply shake on top, like, it's not a measurement. I just kind of shake it in the pot. You'll see this turmeric, ground turmeric. And then just for fun, because this was on sale at Menards, they were trying to get rid of it. It was by the front door, and I got it really cheap. So I'm going to put in this jalapeno lime because I like things spicy, but lime is just another flavor that you can add. So this is what makes the chili really good. It's all these different spices, and they're different. They hit different parts of your palate. So it's very complex and a very, I guess, dimensional chili. Anyway, that's all I got to say. Now I'm going to check and see. I'm going to start making it. Okay. So let me put this here. Let me see if this works. I'm trying to get the monitor out of my way so I can put this here. I think maybe you'll be able to see me. I don't know. It's going to be tough because I'm so tall. I'm so tall. I don't know if you can see me or not, but we can do this now. And I can stand here and I can see your comments too, which is kind of cool. I know. I want a glass of that wine and a chocolate bar too, but I can only have about a half a glass or 1 glass. I just can't and don't want to drink that much anymore. Are you into salmonella? Nice. Oh dear. Glad we're easy. Let's go. Okay, here we go. Cool. Thanks, Snow. All right, one thing about peppers, I think my son taught me this. This is really cool. To cut a pepper right after the curve at the top is where you cut it, and then you can simply get the 4 sections of the top off. And I don't like the white because I think that the white part of peppers is kind of harsh, and you just want to coarsely chop this stuff. I'm going to turn this on. I don't know if this is going to... Tell me if that light ruined it. I just wanted more light. So you're going to coarsely chop this green bell pepper. And then here's the other thing. Turn it upside down and cut through the lines in the pepper, the creases. And then it's really easy to get rid of the white part of the pepper, which doesn't taste too good. You know what I mean? Okay. And then same thing, you just gotta coarsely chop it. And you can, you don't have to use green bell pepper if you don't like green pepper. If you like, more mild pepper like a red or an orange or a yellow, I've used those as well too. Plus it adds color, because if you have a jalapeno that's green, and then you can pick an orange or a yellow bell pepper, that just adds another color to the chili. Let's see. That technique has me nervous. I know, I'm not a pro. I know, I've seen people, I'm supposed to do this, right? So that I brush by my knuckles and I don't get my fingertips. But I guess I've been doing it that way for so long, it just doesn't bother me. I mean, I haven't cut myself. Watch me cut myself on live, that'd be awesome. Oh, too funny. I like that Matt says tomatoes and not tomatoes. Tomatoes? Tomatoes? Do I say tomatoes? I must have accidentally said that. I must not be thinking because I'm trying not to cut myself. Yeah, this is a very bad problem. I made an entire pot last night and I almost ate the whole thing after I made it. It's so good. It's ridiculous. I just keep eating it and eating it. And then all the fiber in here makes you feel really full too, and you probably won't want to eat for like a whole day after that. But it's super healthy. It's a vegan, basically a vegan recipe. So it can be vegan, and then it can be vegetarian if you want to put cheese and sour cream on it afterward, like I do. I also add hot sauce. Like if I taste, I'll have one bowl or mug full with cheese and sour cream, and then the next mug I'll put hot sauce in it, and then add cheese and sour cream on top of that. Stop looking at the chat when you're holding a knife. That's true. That's a classic emoji. I've never seen that before. Yes, I wish I could eat bread. I love sourdough. It is my absolute favorite bread, is sourdough bread. Okay, so I'm coarsely chopping this onion too. Hopefully not with my fingers, but just coarsely chopping it. And oh, you had chili snow? That's funny. Yeah, this chili is very hearty, by the way. It is. I think I've given some to Frank before. He likes it. It's very thick. It's not like a watery soup at all. I mean, if you like that kind of chili, you might want to add a ton of water. But I don't really add any water. Just a little bit to rinse out whatever I got my spices in and to get the tomatoes or out of the can. But that's about it. Well, the black beans, There's no salt in the black beans, so I don't even rinse them. It's just packaged in water. So I just dump the black beans in as is. There's a very little bit of water in with the black beans. But it's hearty, it's filling, it tastes really good. It's taken me a long time to get to this point with this chili. But I used to mess around with cinnamon, and I still tried it even last night, just for the heck of it. But you have to put so little cinnamon in, or it'll overpower everything. Like, even though I dashed it in at the top of the pot, it just kind of overwhelmed the flavor of the chili. And I know that's what Skyline does. That's their famous chili recipe, is they put cinnamon in their chili. I'd like to do a carb-free one, but I don't know. I mean, I would just have to get rid of all the beans, because really the only carbs, I mean, there's a few carbs in onion, but the only carbs are in the beans, net carbs anyway. So for example, black beans, there's 22 carbohydrates and 6 grams of dietary fiber. So that's 16 net carbs. But they're good carbs, they're whole. It's like whole grain, it's not like processed carbs or sugar. But I would still like to do a carb-free one. I gotta figure that out. If anybody's got an idea how to get rid of the beans, but the beans are good. I guess I would just use a lot more meat and no beans. Oh, Dolly, a big egg white omelet with turmeric and kale? That sounds awesome. Do I live near Frank? Yeah, I do. Yeah, like the one from the chat. Yes, yeah, I do live near Frank. Okay. All right, so this is done, guys. I don't want to get this out of my way. Now, I'm just going to pop open these. Oh no, this isn't done yet. I got to do the jalapeno. I've got to pop open some of these cans. I'll do that while I'm here. I do cut these jalapenos in half. Like when I slice the jalapeno, then I cut it in half. But I do keep the seeds because I like the heat. I like the spiciness of the jalapeno. But if you don't, you can just get rid of the seeds and you'll get the flavor of the jalapeno and not the heat. Okay? Again, it's just another flavor. There's like, over on that spice, you know, where the spices are, and including this, call this a spice, garlic, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's 12 spices going into this to add on to all these vegetables and meat. Okay. Let me put this on here. Oh, you're welcome, Dolly. Why do you like watching me in the kitchen? Oh, hey, Olivia. Thanks for joining. Okay, here we go. Actually, let me just pop these cans. And open this tomato one up real quick. Just so we're ready. Probably could have done this earlier, but I didn't want to knock it over. Okay. All right. Actually, Now, let's go here. See if I can figure this out. Nope, wrong way. Okay, I hope you can see me. All right. And I can't see the chat right now. So now we're going to heat the oil up on medium-high heat and put the oil in. I like the viscosity to go down a little bit. I like it to warm up a little before I put the garlic and the peppers and the onions in. I want to make sure there's enough in there. I like to coat the bottom. Okay. Okay. Okay, and this is about how much I like garlic, or jarlic. I don't know if it's a tablespoon, but I like garlic. Okay. I like to make sure the garlic's kind of spread out a little bit first instead of just clumped in the middle. Although it still looks like it is a little, wants to be a little bit. Okay, let's see what you guys are saying. Olivia, I'm finally on time-ish. I don't understand why you're so excited. Will somebody please tell me why you're so excited? And also, what was I going to say? I don't add any thickener. You don't need to. This is got to be the thickest chili ever. And I think Frank can attest to that. It's super thick chili. Okay. I gotta let that cook up. I'm gonna start straining a couple of the beans. Somebody needs to tell me why you're so excited. I like to cook this chili. I used to cook it. I think my kids, all my kids even liked it. Although I had to make one pot for like me and maybe my son, one of my sons, who like it spicy, and everybody else just liked it like without the jalapeno. Okay. All right. We're going to go over and do the spices. I think this should suffice. I hope. You can all see. Okay. I'm doing this just in a little measuring cup because I'm going to use it for the wine later. We need the 4 teaspoons of chili powder. Got to get that going. And then 1 teaspoon each of the basil, oregano, and cumin. And don't forget, if you don't have the minced garlic or you don't have a garlic clove, just use a teaspoon of garlic powder. Just like the basil, oregano, and cumin, ground cumin. Okay. Cumin's so thick. Such a thick spice. There we go. Okay. Now 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And if all your beans are salted, you probably don't need as much. Because I'm not, I know health conscious, but I buy a lot of unsalted beans, like the cans of beans are unsalted. Okay, and then I gotta do this za'atar seasoning. Okay, that's it. I'm going to take the chocolate over there and do the chocolate with it, and same with the turmeric and this lime. All right, so let's rock and roll over here where the wine is. Watch out, Aiden. Watch out, baby. Hey, Sandwich, I just think I just saw your note. If you don't like jalapeno, just don't put it in. Just don't add it. That's all. All right, I'm going to start throwing this stuff in here now. The chicken is just in salt and water, so I'm throwing it in. Someone's vacuuming upstairs and I can hear them. I hope you guys can't hear them. Of course they're doing that right when I'm doing this live, which is I figured what might have happened. I was actually expecting it, believe it or not. Let's see, dump this stuff in. What else? Yeah, I figured you could hear it. And then here, there's only black beans and water in here, so there's a little bit of water in here, but not much. And pretty much all came out. And then tomatoes. Then I'm going to shake this up. Shake this in. and little turmeric. And then the jalapeno lime. And Hershey's chocolate. Oh yeah, the wine. And now we just boil it for 5 minutes. Yeah, that's apartment living, and it maybe has another meaning for me, which is why I expected it. I expect weird things like that, Dolly. Let me see. Let me cover up the spices real quick. All right, this is where my wine goes. And maybe I'll have a glass. See, I experiment with this every once in a while, this cinnamon, but it just seems too strong. Too strong. Oh, I don't know if you can still see it. I just gotta stir it up. See what it looks like now. Oh yeah, you can see it. So I gotta let it come to a roiling boil. And then, actually, I'll get a roiling boil, and then I'll put it on simmer for 20 minutes. But I think if you can simmer it as long as you want. And just let it go. Let me see what you guys got here. A little ASMR. Nice idiom. Cinnamon for dessert and tea. Oh, okay. Yeah, Skyline, and I think Olivia would know this, being from down there. Skyline is famous for their chili, and they put cinnamon in it. Obviously not very much, because you can't tell that it's cinnamon. A lot of people think it's chocolate, but it's cinnamon. Oh, Sandwich Dean, you know about Cincinnati chili too? You basically make chili and put it on what am I thinking? Cincy chili and put it on spaghetti. So that's it. I'm gonna have to get up in a couple minutes and stir it again and turn it down. But I don't think anybody's found. Yeah, Olivia knows Skyline. I don't think anybody's found Orangey, but I'm not even sure Orangey's been in the picture yet. Uh-oh, look what Annie's doing. No humping. No humping. You've been sleeping this whole time. Now I'm not paying attention to you, and you want attention. Are you giving husky talk? No bite. No bite. Oh, you like Gold Star? You know, I've never had Gold Star, Olivia. Where is Orangey? Am I surprised? I'm not sure what I'm surprised about. I forgot. But Orangey, I'll just tell you right now, Orangey may not have been in the kitchen, or we may not have gotten to Orangey yet. We'll see. I gotta make sure I cover everything. Move my head. There's the dulcimer. Ooh, wait a minute. Snow. Is Orangey that orange tan colored thing on top of the black box below the table? Let's see, let me go back. This table, Snow? No. That's a CD changer that I need to fix. How about this one? Nope. Yeah, no Orangey. Oh yeah, that orange thing, that's a foam block. It's just isolating any vibrations and kind of, I didn't want to block the heat coming out of the receiver. So I kind of just put it up on foam blocks. What's a CD changer? You're funny. You're funny. Actually, I think you guys know I have probably now with all these country western CDs, I probably have 250 or more CDs. You can see all of them. That's why I like a changer, because it can mix up the music a little bit. Nope, Orangey was not found. It's a phone block. Annie, off. Annie, off. Good girl. Good girl. Hey, Ryan, what's going on? Yeah, I made the chili. In fact, good timing. I gotta get up. I've gotta mix this real quick, you guys. And I don't have any pot holders. I don't even have any bowls to eat out of my chili. I don't have a lot of stuff. Okay, there's the rolling boil. So now I'm gonna turn this thing down to low. Stir it up one more time. But you see how thick it is? It is a very, very thick chili. And you keep the lid on tight or it'll really dry out. You don't want that to happen. I still stir it every once in a while, even after I put it. Okay. And now 20 minutes. 20 minutes of simmering, but I usually let it simmer a lot longer than that. Like, I'll let it simmer even up to an hour. Annie, no. I haven't seen so many CDs since 2003. That's funny. I am drinking a little bit of red wine and having a little piece of chocolate. Cole, I love that emoji. I gotta take a screen grab and stand on it because I can't quite see exactly what it is. I see the face and the. That's funny. Leave it, Annie. Sunday's definitely cleaning day. I cleaned, I vacuumed, I cleaned the countertops and dusted and the bathroom and all that today. That's probably why they're doing it now too. They're probably out watching a football game. They just got home and they're cleaning. I just don't know why someone would do it at 10 minutes to 9. That just means I can play my piano until 9 p.m. Annie, look at Annie. Annie, no. She is a jealous dog. You haven't sat down and relaxed with wine and chocolate for 5 years. Yeah, that used to be me. I would try to relax by drinking beer after I got home from work. Annie, no. Yeah, it is kind of weird to be vacuuming, but like I said, I expected it. I expected something, and that was on my list. Yeah. I mean, don't Dolly, that's right. I'm sorry. You're yeah, how many kids do you have, Dolly? I forgot. Yeah, I know. I think Annie's too jealous, and I am in. I mean, I don't really want a girlfriend either, so it's fine. I'm just. I just think I'm too old. I don't want to deal with it anymore. Right, Annie? 17. Are you saying you have 17 children? Is that a typo? I don't know how that can be a typo. Unless you meant 7? Annie? No. No. I'm putting my legs and feet up. Oh, you got three. Okay. Three's still a lot. I saddled my ex-wife with having to deal with three kids because I worked too much. And man, I don't know how she did it. One was on the spectrum too. She did a really great job. How much more I can say other than that? Um, it does feel like more. I'm sure it does. Yeah, yeah. Um, hey, I got a question for you guys. Annie got mad at another dog and got aggressive and like was starting to fight another dog for the first time in her life. So here's what happened at the dog park. Annie, we're going to recount what happened at the dog park. Are you okay with this? So she likes to chew on stuff. She likes to chew on sticks. Well, she had a stick that she was carrying around. Well, actually, I should back up. All right, see you, Snow. Yeah, my ex-wife was tough. Here's the deal. We got in there, and there was this one dog that just kept coming up near her and barking and barking and barking. Now, maybe it was a play bark, I don't know. But Annie gets annoyed by barking. Annie just likes to play. She doesn't like it when another dog just sits there and barks at her. In fact, she was running away from that dog, going to other dogs, but that dog kept following her and just standing next to her and barking really loud. Well, then, like 5 or 10 minutes later, Annie had a stick. So she had a stick. And then that dog saw her and came after her, and actually took the stick from Annie, even though Annie was trying to run away from this dog that was barking all the time. And the dog took the stick and went about, 10 or 15 yards away. And Annie went after her and she couldn't get the stick back from that dog. So she attacked that dog. And I didn't know what to do other than split up the two dogs because I was like the bigger person. I had to do that. So I split up Annie and this other dog. And then I took the stick and I told Annie no stick. And then from then on, I wouldn't let her play with any sticks in the dog park. But that was kind of weird. I mean, I don't want her to do that. I don't want her to be like that. I mean, if someone steals a stick from you, just go get another stick. I don't know. I was talking to other owners about it too because I wasn't quite sure what to think about it or how to handle it. I just want to deal with it the right way. Ravens Bills. I know. I wish I was watching the Ravens Bills game, but I don't have any TV. That's okay. The big game is tomorrow night. Do you know what game that is? College National Championship. The Ohio State Buckeyes from right here in Columbus, Ohio, against Notre Dame. It's a huge matchup. I don't know. I didn't talk to the owner because I split them up. And then Annie ran way far away with her stick. And I went after her and I told her to sit. And I took the stick and I threw it over the fence. And then I don't think I ever saw the owner again. But, part of me is like, she's had sticks stolen before. And she never got aggressive with another dog in terms of fighting another dog. But this dog was bigger, like 20 pounds bigger. Annie was the one on the ground. The other dog was on top of her so I actually had to pull the other dog off of Annie and separate them. So at least Annie was losing the fight, although nobody got hurt. So the owner maybe wasn't that upset because their dog didn't get hurt, thankfully. But, I just don't know what to do about that. But it's kind of like the dog was annoying her from the very beginning and just following her around and barking and barking and barking really loud. I mean, it's just kind of annoying. And Annie's just trying to get away from that dog. Annie's trying to play with another dog. The dog would run over near Annie and just bark and bark and bark and bark. It was really bizarre. It was like that dog had something against Annie. And I think when that dog took Annie's stick and wouldn't give it back, I think Annie had enough of that dog. I think that's really what happened. But I don't know how to handle it. Hey, Giovanni, awesome. What was the score of your game? She could go to doggy school. That might help. I trained her as good as I could, and she does listen to me. Like after she had the stick, every time she picked up the stick, if she was running by with another stick or I saw her with another stick far away, I would just say, Annie, drop it, and she would drop the stick. So she was listening to me afterward. But I just, I mean, that was just one of those incidents where, like, even dog training, I don't know how dog training would train her not to be aggressive. And that was the first time, too. First time I've ever seen her do that. I just don't want her to be that kind of dog. I'll have to look into how much doggy school is. Yeah, I mean, I was asking other owners what to do, and they were just saying similar stuff. 31-45. That's awesome. That's like the score. There was an NFL game that was 45-31. I think the Rams beat the Lions. The Rams beat the Lions yesterday, 45-31. And the Lions quarterback was hurt. Just like the quarterback that you played today, Giovanni. You said the other team's quarterback was hurt. Yeah, maybe I could do that, Dolly. Just talk to the owner. My day overall was pretty good because I was in church for the whole morning. I mean, I did my video and then I went to church service and it was really good sermon and really good Bible teachings after that for a couple more hours. So I was in church all morning long and cleaned the apartment, cleaned everything, floors dusted, bathroom, did 3 loads of laundry, took Annie to the dog park. It was a pretty good day. And I put all my notes. I kind of like summarized all the notes that I learned in Bible class and from the sermon, and I summarized it in my Bible. So I did that for last week and this week. And I woke up at like 3:15 or 3:30 in the morning. I don't know why. And I was up. It was weird. Didn't sleep a lot last night. How was your day, Olivia? You said you were on time-ish. Were you working again? And did you have to close up? Oh, that's right. The Commanders beat the Lions. That's right, Giovanni. You're right. Do you have any touchdowns, Giovanni? Any TDs? Yeah, the Bible studies are great. One of the guys is a somewhat well-known published author, I guess. His name is Dan Estes. I don't know if you've ever heard of Dan Estes. And he's really like a well-known scholar of the Old Testament. And he's teaching on the book of Isaiah. And last week he did an introduction to the book. And this week he just did chapter 1. So it might take 67 weeks to get through the book. with an overview, 66 books, and he might even wrap it up. There might be 68 weeks of Isaiah. I really enjoy it. It's really fun. I don't know why I like it so much. Maybe because I feel like such a miserable person half the time. Oh, nice, Giovanni. You got 2. You ran 2. Nice. And threw a lot of touchdowns. Nice. You are like the touchdown king. Oh, you had church. Oh, good. That's interesting. What time does your church start, Olivia? Or are you there all day long? Okay, yeah. I'll have to look up what book he wrote. He's really he, like one big publishing house, I guess, asked him to write a book on the Old Testament, on Old Testament poetry, because I guess he's really good with the language, the original languages of the Bible. Hey, what's the score of that Ravens game? Ravens Bills in Buffalo, probably with snow. Did you watch the Philly? Anybody watch the Eagles game? The only channel I can get is NBC, and the Eagles were. It was a close game. It was a really good game, but I figured the Eagles were going to win only because it was snowing and it was cold, and they're playing the Los Angeles Rams. So the Rams are used to LA, but they've got to play in Philadelphia. That just favors Philadelphia too much. Oh, octogrammer, what's my denomination? I don't know. I believe in the C.S. Lewis theory. All you need to do is believe that, repent of your sins and accept Christ as your Savior. Put your faith in Him and believe that He rose from the dead and will intercede and pay for your sins. And then which denomination you are is like which door you go in the hallway. So C.S. Lewis said, just get in the hallway, and then whatever doorway you want to go through, then, whichever one you like best, go through that. I was raised Catholic, which is more traditional and rigid in terms of its service. And it includes a lot of tradition in their religion. But I've also been to a non-denominational church, which was really good, and I learned a lot. And now I'm at a Baptist church, which I really like. And they have really good teaching. They have great teaching. I mean, the Bible teachers are former pastors with like 40. One guy had 40 some years of experience. The other one is a professor at a religious university. I mean, we're very lucky. It's all free. It's all free. It's not like we're paying for these classes. It's almost like a class. It's really, really good. In fact, he uses his teachings sometimes so that students who miss the class, they can listen to his teaching from this church, because the church records him and puts it on their website. They put most of them on the website. So it's just a really good teaching church, and I like it. So I guess if I had to say a denomination right now, I'd be considered Baptist. But it's not part of the Baptist church. It's an independent Baptist church, if that makes any sense. So it's not part of the larger U.S. Baptist churches. I don't know why that is. Don't ask me. I mean, that's just what was explained to me. Oh, that's nice, Olivia. Yeah, it's like a twofer. Like we used to have 2 practices a day sometimes in college. You go in the morning and then you go again at night. That's nice. Spend a lot of time with good people, you know? Yeah, it'd be rough to be there all day long because you wouldn't be able to relax at all, right? Because you're out in public the whole time, essentially out in public. You couldn't just chill. Do I think less of you non-Christians? No, because I've been even myself. I've been in and out of Christianity. Like I knew it was important, and I grew up in a family of strong faith, and it was very important to me. And I even read the Bible when I was younger, when I was say 13, 14 years old. I remember for sure reading the. And then I kind of like strayed away from it when things were getting better for me socially, when I was a senior in high school, and then I completely abandoned it. I mean, it's been in and out of my life. I'm not proud to say that, but that's just the reality of what has been my past. But I really don't want that to be the case anymore. I really don't want to. Never want to do that again. But I don't think less. Why would I? I mean, I just was brought up in it and learned a lot about it, you know, and if you're brought up differently or you had a different experience, I mean, I can understand why someone's not a Christian. You know, that doesn't, I wouldn't think more or less of someone because of that at all. I would want to talk to you about it though, Dolly. Oh man, I got to screen grab your emoji because I think it's important because I would love to see you in heaven. I believe. Oh, Dolly with the biting her nails. No, I just wholeheartedly believe it in my heart and in my mind, and it's not a faith thing. It's almost like it's been proven to me. I've seen so much evidence that it's essentially like circumstantial evidence beyond a reasonable doubt that I believe it. I've just, I guess, been fortunate enough to been put in the situations like the last church I was in. They taught me a lot. I got interested in it again, and I mean, I believe it from a left and a right brain standpoint, and I'm so sure of it that I would want other people to also be saved and not just live this life, but live forever. I just think that's an important thing. I mean, because in terms of forever, this life is basically nothing. So I think it is. I mean, I would like everybody to be a Christian, but I wouldn't think. I don't know. I don't have any lesser or greater thoughts of someone not being a Christian at all. I would want you to be, that's all, especially since I know you. And if I never actually got to meet you or see you, then I would like to see you in heaven, and that would be even more fun, you know? Yeah. You're an independent, fundamental, Bible believing Baptist. Oh, really? IBC. Okay, that's cool. I didn't realize that. Oh, you study the Syriac Orthodox Church theology? I never even heard of that octogrammer. That's pretty cool. I even had to learn a lot about Calvinism because my son went to Calvin for his freshman year this year in college. because they invited him to play on their soccer team. So I had to read up on Calvinism. Like I don't know anything and everything, but it's just kind of cool. Syriac Orthodox Church. I'm writing that down only because I want to look that up. As I look over to my wine and chocolate that I feel guilty about having. I wonder if B's on. I did some investigation on Indiana's 529 plans and what he can do with his money. Syriac Orthodox Church theology. Syriac. Okay, got it. Yeah, Olivia, you are sweet. She is super sweet. And she knows how to articulate herself eloquently as well. Something I'm not the best at. Oh, you believe in God? That's cool. Yeah, exactly. We're essentially supposed to be more Christ-like, right? That was one of the teachings today. Cool, Octogrammer. Is it almost sunrise yet? What's up with the chili? That's a good question. Because it's been 20 minutes. Should I go look at it? It's basically done. I mean, you can start eating it now, but sometimes, like, I'm not going to eat it today. So I'll just let it simmer all night before I go to bed, and then I'll put it in the refrigerator. And it'll just kind of marinate in itself. Okay, here we go. You guys ready? There it is. Oh man, Dolly, if you're old, I don't even want to know what I am, okay? This is really good. I'm not sure if Frank is still on or if he can even hear me, but I wish he would say something about what he thinks of this chili. Because I want to encourage you guys to try it. When I put my description, I'll put the recipe. I'll put the recipe for the chili in the description. So if you ever want to go back to it, you can just get it out of the description, okay? But it's kind of ridiculous how I can eat this whole pot. So that's like over 3/4 of a pound of chicken, about 3 pounds of beans, tomatoes, and all the other stuff in here. And I can eat all of it. I mean, it's literally close to, if not over 5 pounds of food. I'll just let it simmer. Oh, what's Annie doing? Annie, what are you doing? She's sitting by my chair. Good girl, babe. You're a good girl. You're a good girl. Oh man, I gotta get back in my chair so she doesn't. Oh, sorry. I don't want her to start jumping on my leg. Yeah, if you guys haven't subscribed already, please do so. And if you want me to keep cooking in the kitchen, I'll keep cooking in the kitchen. I got a couple other things too, but maybe I'll like cook something once a week or something like that. Oh, it's definitely better than Wendy's chili. That's true. Because God can judge. And who knows finally how God will judge, right? How God will judge someone because he's the one who knows how he created you. So he knows your strengths and your weaknesses and what he gave you, what you can handle and what you can understand. So, I mean, who knows how he's going to judge people? He's going to judge each one of us individually, finally. Oh, Frank, you're so kind. The first time I had your chili, the top of my head got sweaty. I'm Italian, by the way. Are you trying to say it was too hot? The next time I really enjoyed it even more. It was very thick. I think a lot of the liquid was gone. Yeah, I mean, but honestly, Frank, there's not a lot of liquid there. It looks like it, but below the surface level is all mass, all beans and chicken and tomatoes and peppers and onions. There's really not a lot of liquid in there. You got the Frank Insider. Thanks, Frank. I appreciate it. The Frank endorsement, yeah. Yeah, it's really all on the spices, so that's why I'll put it in the chat because every spice is a little bit different. Hits your palate in a different way, from hot and spicy to aromatic to sweet to there's just everything is in there. It's like a very complex flavor. It's hard to explain. And I honestly I really like the way the wine works with it as opposed to the like cooking wine. Because like this, you can drink it, you can enjoy it. It's smooth, it's very flavorful and full, and it has like a lot of hints of berries in it. So it just adds more than just making chili with regular red cooking wine, which no one would ever drink straight in their right mind. Yeah, Frank is not a paid subscriber. I just want to make that clear. But he is a friend. He is a friend. He left a Yelp review for Matt's homemade chili. Oh, when I use ground beef, I use the fattier beef. I don't use the lean beef because fat is very flavorful. That's what makes some steaks taste better than other steaks is the fat content. So I'll use a higher fat, 80-20 beef. And sometimes I'll even throw chorizo in there. So Frank, the last one that I gave you was made with a can of chicken, but I also threw in, I don't know if it was a pound or 3/4 of a pound of chorizo, which is like a Mexican pork sausage. It's got its own spices in it. So it just added more flavor to it. So I like to make it with ground beef before chicken, but chicken's just easy, and I knew it would be easy to do on a live, when I'm filming it, as opposed to trying to worry about browning up ground beef in a separate skillet, you know. But my preference is ground beef before chicken. But if I do use chicken, I can also add chorizo, which kind of adds that more meatier flavor, if you will. If I lived in the frozen tundra, I'd always be in the kitchen, probably. Yeah. We got snow. We weren't supposed to get snow when we got snow. I just took Andy outside and my car was covered, and I'm like, what? They didn't even say, it said no snow for 10 days, and then we got about another inch of snow where I live. And I'm like, how does that happen? Look at this. This is insane. This is not no snow, in my opinion. Let me see. I'm thinking Orangey's going to be safe for another night. I don't think anybody's going to see the snow on the car? There should be no snow on these cars, yet there is. So I don't know what happened. But of course it's pretty because we had the rain, so it compacted a lot of the snow, and a lot of the snow went away, and then we had crunchy ice on top of the snow. Well, now we have an ice sandwich because we've got snow on top of the ice now. So it's really pretty out here. It's really pretty. Yeah. Let's see. Wow, a lot of comments. I know. I love it when it's 50 degrees in California and people are walking around in a hat and gloves and a winter coat. And I'm like walking out of the hotel. They're walking out of the hotel with like a winter hat and gloves and a winter coat on, and I got shorts and a t-shirt, and I'm going for a run along the ocean. It would make me laugh. Octogrammer, we need snow. That's funny. I love snow. Wow, you got snow too, Olivia? Jeez. Dolly's funny. Oh my gosh, Olivia. 12 to 14 degrees. That's pretty cold. Dolly. That's funny. Olivia, no coat. Ooh, jeez. Anything less than 70 is sweater weather? Wow. That is insane. That is insane. Let's see what Annie doing. Annie, what you doing, baby girl? Annie. That's like, I think that's called a peanut butter dodo. She loves chewing on it. Oh, you're used to it from a prior job. Wow. 14 degrees honestly doesn't bother me either, as long as there's no wind. What bothers me is when it's cold, when it's freezing or below freezing and it's windy. That's when I don't like it. Mm. Yeah, the wind. Yeah, wind is terrible. Yeah, I figured you're only 2 hours away, Olivia. It is pretty windy today. I just don't know how Annie can handle it, but I read online because I know she has an undercoat, that huskies have an undercoat and they have like fat on their, like another layer or something of fat on their paws so they can take the really cold ice and snow. And they said huskies can deal with weather up to minus 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Minus 60. That is, I've never even heard of that temperature before. But she just loves it out there. I mean, I can't drag her inside. It's crazy. On that one morning, it was 4 degrees, and she was just having the time of her life. But when it's anywhere near warm and sunny, like in the summer or even in the late fall, she won't even go for a walk. It's just too hot for her. Oh, Cole, you went to Chicago? I love Chicago, man. Octogrammer 48. That's pretty warm. I'd have to make my home into an amusement park because I ain't going nowhere in that. An amusement park. You're funny, Dolly. Yeah, 2 hours. That's so close. Yeah, like what, 120 miles? Yeah, -2 in the winter and up to 100, 105 in the summer. Yeah, that's serious temperature swing, isn't it? What does it say behind me? I can't even read it. Let me look. Ooh, it's 19. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Olivia. Yeah, I was having a hard time seeing it. I want to show you guys something. This is another Frank thing, but I want to give this one back to Frank. I'm going to give this back to Frank when I give him back the what is it back there, the Payne Stewart thing. Do you see that Payne? Remember that Payne Stewart thing that I went over? Well, this, actually, I'm gonna have to put it in front of me. Ugh. Okay, it's broken. Okay, so it's broken and near the top, like there's no grip on this golf club, but it's a golf club that, let's see if I can hold it the correct way. Oh, I gotta turn it up the other way. It's called Wright and Ditson. It's the St. Andrews mid iron. I think it says mid iron at the top here. Sorry, I'm trying to find it. Yeah, there it is. I try to get as much rust off of it as I could. Mid iron. Wright and Ditson, St. Andrews. It's got a wooden shaft, so it's a golf club with a wooden shaft. And researching it, that's why I realized golf is a rich man's sport, because a rich man or woman sport is because the clubs would break all the time because they're made out of wood. And I don't know if this is ash or I think it was maple or hickory. And if I knew what it was, I could tell you like how old this club is, but this club is between roughly 100 years old and 154 years old. This golf club. It's pretty sweet. And if I were Frank, I would like have it right next to my somehow mount it next to the Payne Stewart frame that he has. Orangey is hiding. Orangey is a champion. Let me put this back. Orangey's getting tougher. Orangey's not going to be very obvious. Olivia, how is it so cold down there? I cannot believe it. Like, you're getting colder temperatures down there than up north. It's such a weird weather phenomenon. No, Annie. Annie? Annie, we're not doing it. I'll pet ya. Good girl. You're a good girl. Can you say hi? Oh, sorry, guys. Why does it do that? The gimbal freaks out. I don't know what happened. I probably just gave someone a seizure. And look at Annie. This is ridiculous. Annie, you're a lady and you were spayed at 6 months. No humping. No, no. Annie, off. Get off. No. She's getting heavier too. She's 44 pounds. It's getting harder for me to get her off my leg. I broke my neck. Oxygrammer, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Annie, what you doing? Is this your peanut butter dodo? You like it, don't you? Olivia retracted her message. Oh, that must have been bad. -6. Man, it is colder down there than it is up here. What a bizarre weather pattern. R.I.P. Orangey. Oh, it'll feel like -6. Okay, gotcha. Octogrammer, I broke my neck. That's classic. Sorry, Dolly. I am sorry, guys. You're a lady. Oh, okay. I gotcha. Sorry, everybody. That was my bad. It's like when she's close to me and then I try to rotate this thing, like instead of pointing it right in front of me, I try to turn it 90 degrees. It just freaks out. Oh, you don't have to delete it, Olivia. That's fine. And I'm trying to keep up too. Let me go check on the chili. I might have to turn the chili off and I'll just let it sit so that I can, oh, there it goes again. I mean, you see how thick it is? There is not a lot of liquid in here at all. That's why, hey, when you make it, keep the lid tight. Don't crack the lid. Don't let the steam escape. Let it condense on the bottom of this, and then when you lift it, let it roll. Let the water go back into the chili, because it is a super thick chili. Okay. super thick. Oh, so the cooking, we were done a while ago. I mean, it only has to boil for 5 minutes and then reduce it to simmer for 20 minutes. And then even like the garlic and the onions and the peppers in the oil, that only takes about 5 minutes, but I usually give it a couple more minutes because I want to make sure that the onion isn't white anymore. It's turning yellowy and somewhat translucent, and it's aromatic. That's how you can tell that the onions and peppers are done. But let's just call it 5 minutes. So the onions and peppers take 5 minutes. You throw everything in, mix it up, let it boil for 5 minutes, bring it to a boil, and then let it boil for 5 minutes. And then let it simmer for 20. So it can be ready in 30 minutes. I just let it simmer even longer, the longer the better. Even if it sits and cools down and I refrigerate it and then I reheat it tomorrow, it tastes just as good, if not better. Some people think it tastes better the next day. It's just, people say chili tastes better the next day. Oh, Olivia, yeah. Are you asking me if I'm in Columbus? Yeah, I'm 2 hours from Cleveland, where I grew up. So I'm 2 hours from Lake Erie. Yeah, yeah, you're 4 to 5 for sure. I'm 2. Oh, you had rice, Octogrammer? That's good. That's good. Yeah, I can't eat carbs, so I don't eat any rice or pasta or sugars or anything like that. I'm kind of worried about my eyesight, actually. I don't know what's going to happen to me. But rice would be good. No way. The Bills beat the Ravens? Oh my gosh. Lamar Jackson's going to catch heck. They're going to just say, oh, he can't win in the playoffs, blah, blah, blah. I feel bad for him. I almost wanted the Ravens to win. But if the Bills win, I hope they win a Super Bowl because when I was a teenager, I watched the Bills lose 4 Super Bowls in a row. It was painful to watch, especially the first one when they missed a field goal, lose the game. If they would have made the field goal, they would have won. It was so painful. I do need to see a specialist. Yeah, I do. Oh, when I reheat the chili, I just use the microwave. You can tell. It's just easier. But if I'm cooking a lot, like if it's being reheated for more than one person, yeah, I'll throw it in a pot. I do have insurance. Yeah, I have insurance. Yeah, the stove is better. I agree, Octogrammer. Oh, so it wasn't Lamar's fault that they lost. I'm glad because they would have really been all over him. I almost spit this wine up all over my phone. That would have been really funny. I think you might be able to figure out which one I'm laughing at. I'm laughing at Dolly. Can we see the cheeks? No, but I wasn't even thinking that. I was thinking these cheeks. But it's just so funny because I do seem to surprise people and I do that. And it's funny because I don't do it on purpose. I do it because my mouth feels tight and I want to stretch my cheeks out or something. I don't know. Call me weird, but I just do that. Sometimes I'll just go, stretch them out. And then someone's like, "What is that?" And I'm like, "Oh, I didn't even know I was doing it." But I gotta. No, I thought clean at first. I didn't even think dirty. That's just the way my mind works, I guess. Unless I'm the one making the joke. No, Mark Andrew, the tight end, had the catch in his hands in the end zone and fumbled it out with no contact. Oh my God. Oh, I feel terrible for him. All right, we're going to do this again. Everyone, close your ears. Dolly with the nail biting. I like that. This is what I don't like about red wine. It makes my teeth really dark when I'm drinking it. I remember people thought I played the trumpet. I'm like, no, I don't play the trumpet. Dude, I love the screen grab noises. Oh, you screenshotted? Oh no, now I'm gonna be infamous. Oh, rinse with water. Oh, okay. Cool. Thanks. I didn't know that. I mean, I will brush my teeth, but hey, I'm kind of curious, everybody. I don't care what religion you are or not religion, but what was the actually let me start this. I'll start a Q&A. This is my first one. I haven't done this yet. So I'm trying it. I don't know what it looks like when I'm typing. I don't know if you guys can see what I'm typing or if you're just seeing my normal me looking at the camera. But it says answers to my question that I'm typing in for this Q&A. Answers will appear as chat messages, okay? I was going to say today, but I know some Catholics can go to church on. Nope, I don't have enough. I don't have enough, so I'll just call it today. But whenever you went to church. Can anybody see that? Can you guys see this message? Oh no, I had to click start Q&A. Why is it on my face? That's so weird. Okay, you saw my eyes moving typing. Thank you, Olivia. Josh Allen only had 127 passing yards and they won. Oh, the Ravens had 3 turnovers. I think the Bills, though, were like plus or minus 24, plus 24, plus 26 in turnovers this season. So they just kept that going into this game, obviously. Yeah, the Chiefs are going to beat the Bills again. Again. Giovanni, Trump, Biden, or Kamala Harris? Well, I think it's Trump. Trump won. Oh, Olivia, you don't know. Giovanni retracted his message. Hey guys, where is this message? Or where's the question showing up for you guys right now? For me, it's over my eyes. Yeah, thanks, Ryan. I've learned politics is just brutal. I'd rather talk about religion because, I mean, religion is difficult enough. Politics is impossible. It does alienate people. It just causes division. It's so difficult anyway. It's over my eyes. Okay, thank you. And I can't move it. It's so bizarre. I try to move it to the left, to the right, down low. And then it says, drag here to end Q&A. Okay, so it's always gonna just stay there. I don't like that. That is so weird. Okay, so I'm gonna go. I'm gonna trash it. There we go. Oh, don't be sorry, Dolly. Your favorite message was one your brother taught. Oh, that's cool. He preached on the night's darkest before dawn to keep going, even though it seems bleak, and that God's just always been there, you know? Yeah, that is good. I love that. That's what I'm doing with my life. Just got to keep going. You just got to keep going. I mean, what else are you going to do? No, Annie. Annie, thank you. Good girl. Look at her. She's 44 pounds now. I can't believe it. When I got her at 7.5 weeks old, she was, and then I took her to the vet 4 days later. I think, no, I took her to the vet a day or two later, or a couple days later, and she was 4 pounds. Now she's 44 pounds. Are you husky talking me? Are you husky talking me? Are you cute? Oh, off. Okay, idiom didn't go either. Okay. Oh, what did you just do? Hold on, I don't know what she did. Did she just like throw that thing? Are you trying to find? You trying to make me find? You trying to make me find Orangey? Did anybody find Orangey? I don't think anybody. All I'm gonna say is I've been on Orangey multiple times. One time for 5 or 10 seconds. I'm just letting you know that, everybody. I'm coming back here. Hold on. I've been on Orangey for 5 or 10 seconds at least once. Whoop, hold on. Wow, I'm way behind now. Oh no, I'm way ahead. Oh, someone thinks Orangey's in the wine painting. Oh, out of Lamentations 3. I'll have to look that one up, Olivia. Yeah, even like going to church isn't even that. I don't want to say it's not that big a deal, but I mean, when I was part of the non-denominational evangelical church, they didn't even think you had to go to church. They would go to home churches, like home teachings, before they went to their central teaching. It's kind of interesting how they did that. And they didn't expect people to be there. If they were busy with their family, then they just couldn't make it to church. It wasn't like a mandatory type thing, you know? Anyway, it's just kind of interesting how all these different religions and, you know, treat different things. It's just kind of interesting. Let's see, is Orangey in the wine painting? You're a lady. You're funny. Bottom right. Ooh, hold on. Idiom. Octogrammer. You saw. Who did you see? Did you see Orangey Octogrammer? I don't think so. She's in the chili pot. I don't think so. This isn't Springfield, Ohio, okay? I'm in Columbus, Ohio. We don't eat animals here. Hey, Snow, what's going on? You're back. You are back. Thanks for coming back. Nobody's found Orangey. And I was on Orangey for like 5 or 10 seconds one time. I forgot what Rick meant when he said you gotta want it at church. I don't even know, Frank. I missed that. Because I took notes, Frank, and then I reread my notes today and I re-summarized it in my Bible, and I missed it. The Life of Olivia Ellis, No Snow. Man, that's crazy. No, oh, no show. Okay, I'll look at 321. Olivia. Actually, let me write that down or I'll forget it. I will forget it. Got it. Oh, 1 through 22 are good as a whole from Lamentations 3. Okay. Oy vey. He was real loud? What do you gotta want? I don't know what I want, Frank. Sometimes I want something, sometimes I want something else. Sometimes I don't want anything. Sometimes I just want to go to heaven. Most of the time, I just want to go to heaven. Orangey's washing my dishes. Let's go over here by the kitchen. Let's go over here by this little table. No Orangey. No Orangey. But there was some orange on the table, that's for sure. Or on the painting. We got to do a pan back here for Orangey. Whoop. Sorry. Annie, what you doing? We're panning again. Annie, what are you doing? Okay, it's just a bone. Scaring me. So I'll just tell you, I was on Orangey for a while. Orangey is in a tough spot, but Orangey is visible. That's all I can say. I'm shocked no one's found Orangey. Orangey might make it another night in this spot. She's not in the lampshade, no. Hey, Vicky. Stop it. She is not behind the blue shelves. Shh. Go to kennel. Go to kennel. She definitely doesn't like that. Yeah, Annie's talking, but she's barking. I don't know what it is. Hey, Frank, you're gonna have to remind me. How come Frank's saying you gotta want it and he was loud? I even missed the fact that he was loud. I totally missed it. And I took tons of notes and I didn't see anything. I'm gonna go back and look at the notes and go back and read the handout sheet and all my notes that I wrote on there from Rick. I think he said it was Rick. Let me make sure I got the right one. Forgot what Rick meant when he said you gotta want it. What do I gotta want? To go to heaven? Yeah. That's about what I want. The upstairs ABF at the end, he said that. Okay, I'm gonna have to look at that. The kingdom of God. That's right, heaven. Maybe that's what I do, Frank. Maybe that's where I need to go. No, not on my left shoulder. Yeah, thanks for hanging out, everybody. Yeah, I'm surprised nobody found Orangey too. Yeah. All right, guys. It's 10. I'm gonna call it a night and try a little of my chili before I put it in the fridge. But I'll put it in the description tomorrow morning for sure. I'll have it in there or whenever this video loads, okay? Have a good night. Peace.